reach for my hand, I'll soar away into the dawn. Oh, I wish I could stay here and cherish cause in peaceful days. I fear the edge of dawn, knowing time betrays. Faint lights pass through colored glass in this beloved place. Silver shines, the world dines, a smile on each face. As joy surrounds, gun go to bounds, and I can feel them breaking free. For just this moment lost in time, I am finally me. Yet still I hide behind this mask that I have become. My blackened heart, scorched by flames, a force I can't run from. I look to you like a red rose, seeking the sun, no matter where it goes. I long to stay where the light dwells, to guard against the cold that I know so well.
What is up, everyone? Jake389 here, Twitch's favorite Ninetales. What's up, Spoon? What's up, boy? I wish I had a deeper voice so I could say boy, like Kratos does. Your boy, my boy. Her boy, his boy. Oh, did I really continue already? I guess I did. Well, we have to explore because I totally forgot a whole section of people to talk to. And then we'll be off to the next mission. Bing bong, thank you for the lurk. Tomorrow is arts and crafts, and that means more working on your sword. Sweet. Are you working on a shield too? In commemoration of Pokemon Sword and Shield next month? Exactly a month from today. Plus, there's new Pokemon Sword and Shield information tomorrow morning, so look out for a reaction to that from me. Oh crap. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be dope. That's most likely gonna be the first evolutions of the starters. It has to be. I think they're saving the final forms for when the games come out. Like, just let people find out on their own, which I am 100% with.
No classes on a festival day. I thought I'd get to spend all day relaxing in the company of some lovely ladies. But now this mess has happened. Hey, Professor, I know there's talk of an assassination attempt, but do you really think they'll do it on the day of the Rite of Rebirth? I feel like security would be looser some other time. Is there some reason why it has to happen on that day?
Did you know that on the last day of the rite, the monastery's open to the general public? It's kind of fun. It makes the place feel like a festival.
Wait, there's someone else. Oh, Petra.
Professor, fighting to stop a murdering is my specialness. No, my specialty. I will show my best work.
Her specialty is stopping a murder? And yet she's an assassin. Makes sense, I suppose. I guess the other person is over here. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Hubert.
Speaking of, can you imagine the Archbishop being murdered? I prefer not to consider such a gruesome scenario. That easy to get under your skin, is it?
You say the other thing, he's like, uh-huh, so you like murdering people too. Alright, let's see. I think I'm going to use some of my renown points. What makes no sense? So, what I'm gonna do is get C support for Marianne and C support for never mind. Okay, Spoon. I thought I was gonna do Bernie, but I already have her and I might get support points from her anyway, so oh, we have to watch supports before we do this mission. I already had Caspar, but he didn't gain anything. Wait, I never got an A support with him? Interesting. Well then let's buy that. And then I'm gonna buy the heavy armor so I don't have to work on it too much and I can focus more on axe and brawling for now. And I think I'll wait until my sword gets up to C, so then I can spend 3,000 points to get up to S. We have enough points, that's for dang sure. You think you're going to leave some details off your sword, like a bottom guard? Interesting. Well, if it turns out anything like that dragon head you did, it'll be nice. My flying is at D. So with her,
Professor, as I blame.
I wonder if I should go with D or sword. Flying or sword. I could probably get sword up easier real quick. Let's do it. Seteth can teach sword as well.
I've been in.
And technically I only need a great left to max out sword. I need to find Catherine.
You'd best.
Let's get a great. Dang it. Guess we're learning that on our own. I know I can learn it from Rhea, but I don't want to. You mean everything needs to be set in place, make the blade have a little more shape, and then painting it. What are you making all of this out of?
Well,
Are there like notes every week or something? I want to do these. It's been a turbulent year. This is Shamir. She loves that. I don't like interfering in squabbles between noble brats, but the parents complain if I don't. It's annoying. Shamir again. She does like that. If you feel overwhelmed by teaching, just ask me for help. I predict that guiding these imps through their teenage years will be important for Fodlan's future. Ha, get it? It's Eloise. That was a good one. I like that. Your sword is made out of wood? Okay, that makes sense. He's outside, ain't he? Yep.
You there? Have you in general? But well, we have a lot.
Let's... Ooh. I can get brawling up, or I can get my... I think I'll go brawling.
the glory of progress.
And then we eat. Actually, let's watch some supports first. So I already have a B support with Ingrid. Interesting. I wonder if Claude and I had 4 supports. I think we did. But with Dimitri, it's only 3. Holy crap. Let's start with Hilda. We already know this one, so let's get this one out of the way. this one as well. That knock scared me. Oh my gosh, I thought it was a real knock. So these next two are new. Let's see. So many C's. Let's go with this one. Brand new.
Oh, Ash. Are you here to study too?
I am. It's quiet here. Easier to concentrate.
It really is. Hey, would you like to study together? We can help each other out if we get stuck.
Oh, yes. We'll get a lot more done working together.
What's the matter, Ash?
Spoon, you're not staying long because tomorrow a new student joins the taxi bus. So you don't know if you have to be early, so yeah, that's fine. I understand.
This question's got me stumped. A ballista inside a castle is ready to fire at enemies outside. What angle should be used for the shot? Assume the ballista is the same as those in Garreg Mach. Ignore the effects of wind.
Sounds
this is
like
for
a
defensive strategy, isn't it? Why is it so complicated? Don't you just aim and fire?
sounds like a math problem.
It may help to focus on maximizing target accuracy to reduce your miss rate. To start, let's sort out the setup. Let's see. Using these ballista specifications, if the ballista corals follow this trajectory, they'll hit the enemy lines, right?
Oh, that makes sense, because the enemy line will be here.
That's it! Okay, now try using that same technique and applying it to this other problem.
Spoon, you're stumped because of this?
If the walls are this high and the enemy lines are at that distance... Oh, I think I see!
I knew you'd get it.
Wow, I didn't expect math of all things to be useful in a siege. This is tough. Numbers are not my strong suit. But this really is the sort of thing you have to know if you want to command troops.
That's true, but not everyone is good with numbers. That's why we have tacticians do these calculations for us, or prepare them before we go to battle. A century ago, the Empire's mathematicians played a huge role in the Battle of the Wall of Fodlan.
I had no idea. Hey, you really know what you're doing, Annette.
That's kind of ironic because I always thought of Ash as a... I forgot the word. What did she say it was? Tactician. I always saw him as a tactician.
You think so?
Definitely. You've obviously done a lot of studying. I really admire that.
I suppose I have. Studying is a necessity if you want the advantage over your enemies. But necessity aside, it's nice to hear you say that.
Ash, listen. No soldier will be scared of numbers in a siege. Maybe, maybe not. Well, I don't remember this one too much. So... I think let's just get through all the Annette's ones first.
Hey, Annette. Hitting the magic books again? Has anyone ever told you that you're pretty cute when you're studying?
Sorry, Sylvain, but I'm trying to think right now. Could you keep quiet for a bit?
How can you stay focused reading a book that thick? With such small print? Is some of that text upside down?
If I use the formula in this line here, the magical energy should... No, that's not right.
As if shouting will make 1,000 soldiers have a heart attack. True.
You're even cuter when you're working through a difficult problem.
Sylvain, I'm serious. Please be quiet.
Hang on. Look at the third line. You've got the formula wrong.
I said the... Oh, you're right. How did you know that?
Well, I mean, it's written right there.
Most people wouldn't be able to grasp this formula just by glancing at it. Have you read this book before?
Nope, this is the first time. Okay, now that I look at it... Wow, this book makes things way more complicated than they need to be.
And what's your take on this part here?
It's just describing another application for the same formula. Ha! This is pretty easy.
You know, you're actually kind of amazing. I've been studying magic for a while now, but even I have trouble with this stuff. You act like all you do is mess around, but are you actually working really hard in secret?
Nah, hanging out with girls is way more fun. I guess I just picked this stuff up somewhere. Life is short, Annette. If you waste it working hard, it'll be over before you know it. Get out in the world. Have some fun.
That's easy for you to say. You're strong and smart without even trying. It's not fair. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.
No, I was just thinking you're pretty cute when you're sulking. You know that?
Oh, stop.
What is wrong with you?
Hey, I just got lucky with that stuff in the book. I'd normally never be able to outsmart you. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here and leave you to it.
Got lucky, huh? I'm not so sure about that. Well, that does it. It might be tough, but I won't accept second place. Let's go, me. I can do this. I'm gonna finish this whole book before sundown.
I remember that support. I actually really enjoy that support. Besides the slight creepiness of Sylvain, which reminds me of that psycho coworker that I have. Sylvain, you dip. Let's do an Ash one now.
I must have left it in the library. Oh, is that Felix? Hey, Felix. This is a surprise. I didn't think you had much interest in books. I'm already finished with that one. You can borrow it if you'd like.
No need. I was just curious who it belonged to.
Why not read a few pages at least while you've got it open? I think you'd really like it. The plot is pretty different from a typical Knight's Tale, but it's still really good. Do you like stories about adventure and chivalry?
No, I despise them.
Yeah, well, have you tried reading any? You might find them really interesting. I know I do.
What do you find so interesting?
Well, for one thing, the knights in these stories are always gallant and brave. And they always value things like friendship, loyalty, and justice. That's the kind of knight I want to be.
Ridiculous. Friendship, loyalty, justice. Only fools allow their lives to be ruled by such nonsense. Fools who get themselves killed for nothing, only to be celebrated as heroes in books like this. Writers of these stories are worse than tyrants. They seize control of people's thoughts.
That's a little much. I was only interested in...
I don't care. Such blind enthusiasm is dangerous. Be more moderate in your passions.
You know something, Felix?
He's got a point. I'll be honest.
You are exactly like the knight in this story.
Oh.
Excuse me?
On the surface, he's sarcastic and intimidating, but underneath, he's kind and cares for his friends. In the end, they become heroes together and conquer all obstacles.
Disgusting. Stop looking at me like that.
Oh, see, right there. That's just what I mean. You sound exactly like him. I'm going to lend you this book, really, I insist. Just give it a read, all right? Trust me, and you can tell me what you think when you're done.
Why is this happening?
So, spoon you like Felix? Good. Let's see. Ingrid and Annette.
Hello, Ingrid. Can I have just a teeny tiny moment of your time?
Sure. I can spare a moment or two.
I was wondering, do you have any interest in fashion and makeup and stuff like that?
Spoon, he will burn the book. He will burn it down, right?
I was wondering, do you have any interest in fashion and makeup and stuff like that?
I haven't the time to bother with such frivolities. As long as basic hygiene is being met, then I'm happy.
Oh, but you're missing out on something so fun. I mean, it's not like you need it, of course. You've got beautiful bone structure, lovely hair, long legs, but aren't you interested in trying something new?
Well, thank you. I suppose I do find it all somewhat intriguing. But my time is precious to me, and my focus is on knighthood. Taking time to paint my face simply isn't a top priority.
Sure, but imagine if you could combine the two and become the most fabulous knight ever.
I love how Ingrid says, paint my face, because that's exactly what makeup is. It's hilarious.
Okay, maybe I'm taking it too far. I know knights don't necessarily need a ton of makeup or things like that for the job. I'm just saying, I really think you'd enjoy it if you opened your mind to it. All I'm talking about is a light touch. I can see it now. Your gorgeous face done up with a delicate application of makeup. The fabulous knight who everyone looks up to and wants to be.
Well, maybe? I guess. That does sound mostly harmless.
Hooray! Okay, we don't have a moment to lose. Here, take this makeup kit, play around with the colors, and see what speaks to you.
Now, wait just a...
I actually got that little kit as a gift the other day, and I wasn't sure what to do with it because I already have that one. It's a limited palette, but I think it fits the look you're going for perfectly.
So is she just trying to pawn it off?
I actually never agreed to start putting that stuff on my face, Annette.
What? Oh. Well then, I guess this whole kit will have to go to waste. I'll just throw it away like the garbage it is.
You're throwing it away? I can't just stand by and let something go to waste. Okay. All right. Thank you. We can do this.
Ingrid.
That's the spirit. Oh, and I'm happy to help you learn to apply it too.
Spoon, Ingrid, run. Oh my. Yeah, I think Annette was kinda... what's the word for it? Exploiting Ingrid here. Because Ingrid does not like waste.
Come on, let's go to my room. I have some brush techniques to show you before you get started.
Now, don't get carried away. Ugh. She played me like a fiddle.
She sure did. Let's see here. Dedu and Ash.
At this time of year, the fish are fat. Simply grilling them will bring out their best flavor. Steaming them with herbs is delicious too.
Are they both from Dusker? Is that why they have an A support?
Wow, you know a lot about this. I'm learning so much from you to do. Were you a cook at the castle in Ferdiad?
No.
Did your family own an eatery of some kind?
No. My sister and I helped with cooking at home.
Wow, that's all? I thought I was confident about my skills, but next to you, I feel like an amateur. Hey, could you give me some advice about other kinds of meat besides fish?
Ash.
Spoon, you can just imagine someone walking by and hearing it, walking back and just start staring and listening to the conversation. The one between Ingrid and Annette.
Yes, Dedu?
Or this one.
Why do you spend time with me?
We're friends, right? I just want to get to know you better. Is that so odd?
I am from Dusker.
So, look at me. I came from a life of poverty. I was lucky to even be let in here to study with all these high-class people. I think we have a lot in common.
Being poor and being from Dusker are two different things.
Oh, I know. But we can still be friends, can't we?
Gotcha, Spoon.
You are a peculiar person.
So I'm told.
And back to Annette. Let's do her and Felix.
Today's dinner is steak and then a cake that's yummy yum. Now it's time to fill my tummy tummy tum. Oh, this mountain of sweets and treats that I long to eat. Oh, stacks of steaks and cakes and crumbs and yums.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Felix, you weren't listening, were you?
I heard enough to know that you're hungry.
No, I mean, well, yes. At least tell me you didn't see the dance.
She was singing, Spoon.
You have nice footwork. Get something to eat. I can take over watering the plants.
You're evil, Felix!
What?
And you're shouting.
You can't just spy on people while they're singing without even saying anything. It's not right.
I actually did call out that I was coming in. It's not my fault you didn't hear.
Ooh.
Well, you need to speak louder then. Ugh, this is so embarrassing. And of course I was singing some silly food song I made up. I should have been singing about bears or swamp beasties.
I didn't realize there were songs about bears and swamp beasties. That food song seemed to be close to your heart. Your stomach isn't far from your heart, after all.
Oh, you are the worst!
Huh. What was that about? I better water these plants. Wouldn't want them to get thirsty, or they might start singing too.
Oh, I love it. That was good. I swear the C supports are sometimes better than the A supports. Okay, back to Ash. Sylvain and Ash.
Wow, Ash, training again? You're taking this whole night thing pretty seriously.
It's just my daily training. Maybe you could stand to be a little more eager yourself? If I want to be a great knight, I've got no choice but to put the effort in.
No choice. I think you're making life too difficult. Knights don't have to be perfect. All I'm saying is, I've seen some pretty sloppy knights out there.
That's not going to be me. I'm going to be a proud knight, virtuous and gallant.
Virtuous and gallant? Are you kidding me? If you just ride around being virtuous, people will get fed up. They'll boot you out of town.
It's never wrong to have virtue, not even if it means being made an outcast.
Interesting idea. You think very highly of this whole virtue thing. Say, have there been any knights who became great just by thinking highly of themselves? Think on this. Knights are supposed to protect people and earn their admiration. Isn't that right?
Well, yes. So what are you saying I should do?
Seize people's hearts!
What do you mean?
You want people to love you? Offer them something they haven't got. Guess what that is? It's you, Ash. They don't have you. Get out there, buddy. Be valiant. Help people. Here, I'll show you how it works.
Sylvain, don't go bothering people.
Hey there, cutie. You seem to have lots of bags there. They must be heavy. My name's Sylvain. Let me help you out. Are these going in the warehouse?
Helping out those in need, I guess that's a good start.
No thanks necessary. It's been enough just to be able to talk to you. Well, if you insist. How about we go get some tea? It must be fate that we met like this. I'd like to get to know you.
Great knight, huh? More like a great philanderer. Seems like all he wants to do is flirt with women.
Uh-huh.
No, I can't allow this. I have to stop him.
Good luck. Let's see. Annette and Adu. Jesus.
Oh no, oh no, oh no! Please tell me that wasn't the pan!
What was that noise?
Dadu! Well, as you can see, the pan kind of exploded. Just a little.
How did you manage that?
I looked away for a moment and the pan just went boom! Ugh, I'm grateful nothing caught fire, but now the kitchen is a mess.
Are you hurt?
Oh, no, I just got a little spooked. I really lucked out, didn't I? That could have turned out much worse.
Indeed. But do not turn your back next time. Your life could depend on it.
Right, sorry. I'll be more careful from now on.
Let me help you.
Huh?
I will help you clean up.
No, I can't let you do that. This is all my fault. You shouldn't have to help me.
I have time. Let us fix this quickly. We will need to prepare more food before the others arrive at the dining hall.
Oh, you're right. So, after we clean up, you're also gonna help me cook?
You object?
Of course not. I'm just so sorry to bother you with this.
He was like, I'm trying to help you. Oh boy, Ingrid and Ash.
Hi there, Ash. Here to do some reading as well, I take it? Ash?
His arm is clipping through the handle of his sword. I don't like that.
Huh, Ingrid, you gave me a start. How long have you been standing there?
Not too long. Apologies for startling you. Must be a great book for you to be so deeply engrossed in it. What has you so captivated?
Oh, it's quite an old book. One of the really old legends of Fargus.
Aha! It must be the Sword of Kaifon then, yes?
Oh, so you know it.
Oh yes, I know it quite well. I read it often as a child. In fact, I read it so much that my personal copy fell apart. I brought it everywhere with me. I adore that book. The tale of the warrior Kaifon, whose devotion and loyalty enabled his best friend Luke to become king. He went to great lengths to see things through.
Exactly. I love the image of him charging forward into the fray, ready to take on any obstacle in the name of his king.
Indeed, he was the very picture of the perfect knight. In my opinion, the best chapter is right around the middle of the book.
Ah, the part about the war of the eagle and lion? That's my favorite part. In a flash, Kaifon's sword flew from its scabbard. The knight parried the assassin's blade mere inches from the spine of his king.
Kaifon's blade hummed like the wind, slashing the enemy's throat. In mere moments, their forces lay vanquished, decimated by his mighty blows. I can recite the entirety of it if you like.
Nerds. Right, Spoon. Just kidding.
I never grow weary of that tale. The pinnacle of knighthood, with all its struggles and glory.
I know just what you mean. I never get tired of it. Some people laugh at me for reading these old tales, but I'll never outgrow them. I'm glad to find someone who shares my enthusiasm.
I'm glad of it as well. Tell me, what other books do you enjoy, Ash?
Well, the first one I ever read was Lugh and the Maiden of Wind.
Ah, you have fantastic taste. That story is another favorite. The final chapter makes me tear up every time.
I know. When I first read it, I just couldn't get that ending out of my head.
It seems we have much in common. I look forward to chatting again sometime.
I'd love to. Yes, let's.
Okie dokie then. Ooh, then we have her and Dimitri. Did Ash not have one with Dimitri? Guess not. Interesting.
Good morning, Your Highness. Getting in some early training, huh?
Oh, it's not too terribly early. And what about you?
Oh, I'm just going for my morning walk. Hey, maybe you'd like to join me. It's a great way to start the day.
A morning walk? Funny. Gustav always kept the same habit. You really do remind me of your father, Annette.
I hear that a lot. Father was always busy with work, so he wasn't around much. But when he was home, he'd often take me with him for his walks.
Gustav? Is it Gustav Gilbert or Gilbert Gustav?
Annette, something's been weighing on me. Something I've done terribly wrong. Your father, he worked tirelessly. I don't know if I ever saw him take a rest. I feel as though, in a way, we stole him from you.
I'll admit it was a bit lonely growing up, but I understand. Father loved his work. No one ever doubted that. Actually, I've been thinking recently that I'd like to talk to you more, Your Highness.
Oh? Any reason in particular?
Father was a man of few words, both with myself and my mother. But sometimes he would tell me about you. So, you don't really feel like a stranger to me. In a way, it's like I've known you for a long time. Almost as though you're my big brother.
Your big brother?
Well, throw that one out. These two aren't marrying.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I let that slip out. That was rude of me.
No, nonsense. I promise you, I don't mind at all. It's certain that my days would have been filled with more fun if I'd had a little sister like you. What kind of things did Gustav tell you about me? I'd love to hear more on this topic.
Do you really want to know? Well, for one, he used to tell this story about when you were a child and...
You know what? Never mind.
Haha.
I have a bad feeling about where this is going. How about you forget we had this talk altogether? And don't mention it to anyone.
Okay then. One more with Ash. And Mercedes.
Oh no, this isn't right. Now what am I supposed to do?
What's the matter, Mercedes?
I accidentally made this food much sweeter than I wanted.
Let me taste it. Yeah, a little sweet. What if we try adding a few spices?
Huh? This is delicious! You're an amazing cook, Ash!
My dad used to own a restaurant. I helped out a lot around the kitchen, even as a little kid.
Wow, that's a lot of responsibility to take on at an early age. No wonder you always work so hard. I might learn something if I watch you cook.
Well, no promises. I just have a little bit of experience, that's all. But look at you, you're great at baking cakes.
It's true that I'm quite good at baking, but I'm not the best when it comes to seasoning. Maybe it's because I don't like spicy food? It's tough to make food taste good when you don't enjoy it. I just had an idea. If the reason I can't cook spicy food is because I don't like it, then all I have to do is eat some spicy food. If I learn to like it, then I'll be better at making it, right?
I don't know, maybe. What makes you say that?
No, none of that matters. Once I've made a decision, I have to go with it. I'll make something spicy right away.
This won't end well.
Yeah.
If I leave her to it, she'll make an even bigger mess.
Hey, Ash, which seasonings should I use? These ones?
Hold on, Mercedes. Let me show you. That one goes best with meat, but for stir fry, what you really want is this.
Oh no, now we are all going to die because the dish is too sweet. I don't know about that. I think I'll save her and Mercedes for later. Jeez, Sylvain. Let's go between Felix and Sylvain then. Well, let's start it off with Felix and Sylvain.
Hey Felix, you free? You don't look very busy. Let's go find some girls to chat with.
Chat with them by yourself. You're interrupting my training.
Hey, come on. Don't talk like that. How long have we known each other?
Long enough, if you ask me. We only know each other because of our parents' friendship. I didn't have a say in it.
Is that how it went? Huh. I remember it more like you always following me around. Whenever there was something wrong, like you lost to your brother, or you fought with Dimitri, you'd come crying to me. You were so meek and pure back then. Cute even. Like a baby brother.
That's enough.
What?
I said that's enough.
Get a sensitive one there.
Hey, sorry. I just came to see if you wanted to pick up some girls. I didn't mean to get on your nerves.
Look, you've been getting on my nerves for years. I've tried to be patient with you, but I'm tired of holding my tongue. You're reckless in your personal affairs and in battle, and you're always prattling on about women.
Well, if a man sees a pretty girl, he can't just let her pass by without commenting. That's just rude.
You're insatiable. Do you ever stop? Certainly not to practice your sword technique. You always skip training. And you never consider how your actions hurt others, or how you hold them back.
That's never my intention. Come on, you know me better than that. I'm not really... Look, if that's the impression I've given you, then I'm sorry.
This will be interesting to grow on. Sweet, let's see Dedue and Felix.
Hold a moment, dog.
Dog?
Are you speaking to me?
I don't see anyone else here, do you? You're that boar's lapdog.
Do not mock His Highness.
Spoken like a good pet. Why do you follow him with such devotion? Do you really think a man like that is worth it?
Fargus destroyed my homeland. Burned it all to the ground. Slaughtered my people.
The punishment of Dusker.
My father, my mother, my sibling, all were killed. We received no aid, no respite. Fargus murdered our dignity and torched our pride. His Highness is different. He is the only one who sees my people as human. He risked his life to save mine, and it is thanks to him that I no longer wish for death.
That's what we call blind obedience. Tell me, would you give your life for him?
I think he
Yes.
would. Yep.
And what if he commanded you to join him in a senseless massacre?
I would do it.
Even a massacre of children, or the elderly, or your own comrades?
Without hesitation. You have misunderstood me. I am the sword and shield of His Highness. Weapons do not have a will of their own.
I love that this game continues to bring up Sword and Shield.
Blind obedience. You're right. I did misunderstand. I shouldn't have called you a lapdog. You're a rabid cur. You and the Boar Prince make quite a team. Two crazed animals.
I warned you not to mock His Highness. I am aware you have a history of friendship with him, but one more word.
I've said my piece. Scamper back to your master.
Ho ho. Thanks, Bing Bong. Oh boy. Let's see. I think I'll do Sylvain's Dimitri and Dedue, and then go back to Felix.
I'd better avoid the training grounds. I swear His Highness never sleeps.
You're out late, Sylvain. Is it safe to assume you've been wildly carousing with women? I'm afraid that behavior simply will not do.
Ah, Your Highness! Hello. No, I was not wildly carousing with women. There was only the one. Let's just forget you saw me. Agreed?
Unfortunately, I can't do that. It's time someone talked some sense into you. And it seems the task has fallen to me. Sylvain, I'm not saying you can't enjoy yourself at night. But you must learn the art of moderation. Again and again, you end up wandering the streets until the early morning.
Okay, I get it. I don't need one of your lectures. I've got them all memorized anyway. I promise I'll be better in the future. I'll stop going out at night, I'll focus more on my studies, and in return, you'll go into town with me. And we'll invite some cute girls to dinner.
Oh god,
Shall we
stop.
shake on it?
The way your mind works absolutely confounds me. How did you even arrive at such a notion?
You need to get out more. Naive and uptight is no way to live your life.
Naive and uptight? Yes, well, compared to you, I imagine I'm downright run-of-the-mill.
I'm not so sure. Most men are experienced enough to know not to give a dagger to the girl they...
Will you never let that rest? It was many years ago. Perhaps a good knock on the head will help you to finally forget about it.
What? Hey yo, Alpha. What is this about? He gave a girl a dagger and they almost killed him?
With your brute strength, a knock on the head could knock the life right out of me. You'd better watch that temper, Your Highness. So how about this? I'll try to behave, and you'll try to loosen up.
Alpha, you're on your phone at the moment. Your laptop's slow, so you gotta restart it. Okie doke.
If I do as you wish, will you truly promise to improve your behavior?
What'd I just say? Of course I'll behave. A knight of Fargus never goes back on his word. What about you? I want to see you with a girl on your arm.
I am a man of my word. I will attempt to do as you ask. But you had better uphold your end of the bargain as well.
This is so confusing. No, he gave a dagger to the girl he liked, which Sylvain thinks was a dumb present. Oh. So Dimitri gave a dagger? Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense. I thought it was that Sylvain gave a dagger to a girl and he was about to be stabbed by her or something.
Seriously? Yeah, I'll believe it when he introduces me to the lucky girl. Oh, Dimitri, you always take even the silliest things so very seriously. This should be fun.
Huh. Okay then. That was interesting.
To-do, hey. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not bothering you. Looks like you're pretty deep in thought.
Does it?
I just wanted to stop by and ask. It was your turn to cook last night, yeah?
Yes.
Well, it was great. I was wondering if you could give me some tips. You know, teach me how to cook. I hear a girl loves a man who can cook.
I knew it was going that way.
Sylvain,
Yeah?
you are from Fargus. You must understand how it appears for you to spend time with one from Dusker. To be near me is to invite tedious misunderstanding.
Oh, please. I don't care who misunderstands what about me. I talk to who I want. Besides, I believe the Dusker people are innocent.
I respect that from Sylvain.
You do?
Fargus and Dusker have been friendly since, heck, forever. So why would our old friends from Dusker just up and assassinate our king? It doesn't make sense. Sure, there are probably folks from Dusker who don't like Fargus. But do I think there's enough of them to mount an attack and slaughter the king and his whole company of elite guards?
It is difficult to believe, considering the discrepancy in skill and number.
Right? At most, I can see a misguided group of people from Dusker conspiring with someone else who had plans to dethrone the king. Maybe they were even lured into participating and used as scapegoats. Regardless, it doesn't concern you or the rest of your people. A person can't be judged by the worst of their kind. Or where would any of us be? Besides, people like to talk about me anyway, so let them talk.
That's my mentality too.
Okay, you're making a weird face. What did I say?
I have misjudged you. I was under the impression you only cared about women.
Well, I'm glad I've cleared up that misunderstanding. But really, there's no way I'm the only person who figured all that out. There must be people who think like me in Ferdiad, including His Highness.
Agreed. But whatever the truth, we are still perceived as traitorous assassins.
Once a misunderstanding takes hold, it isn't easy to clear the air. Not without solid evidence of the truth. But even if we found evidence that your people are innocent, those negative sentiments wouldn't disappear overnight. The only thing that can change that is time and effort. Depressing, isn't it?
Time and effort. Yes, I believe you're right.
Man, that got serious. Shouldn't we lighten things up with a nice cooking lesson?
Very well.
I sense a bromance. I wouldn't mind seeing that bromance. A light.
Here you go, Felix. Have some tea.
Oh.
Sorry, but we're all out of cakes. Should I bake some more?
Please, don't.
He doesn't like sweets.
Oh, your clothes are so dirty. Let me wash them for you.
Mercedes, what's wrong with you?
There's nothing wrong with me. I'm just making tea. Is there something wrong with that?
You're not my mother. You don't have to bother with all this. I can do without it.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. You just remind me so much of my little brother.
I do?
Yes, his name is Emil. We have different fathers, but we grew up in the same household. That is, until I was about 8 or 9 years old. I haven't seen him since then.
Sorry to state the obvious, but I'm not your brother. I'm not Emil. Can't you find someone else to bother?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll leave you alone. Please help yourself to more tea if you'd like. I can leave the pot. Goodbye.
I am me, Felix Hugo Fraldarius. There is no one else. Brother.
I remember that support from Black Eagles. Okie doke. Whoa. Let's see. Let's get through all the Mercedes ones, I suppose.
Mercedes, you look divine as always. Are you off to pray?
Oh, hello, Sylvain. I was just on my way to pray. How did you guess?
Well, because I've been watching your lovely...
Oh, I get it. You're the type who's always looking at girls, aren't you?
I won't lie, I do enjoy beholding women, but I don't mean it like that with you. I know I sound like a dope. I think you're special.
Oh, really? You think I'm so clumsy that I need someone to watch over me. Is that why you can't take your eyes off me?
You're beautiful, and I mean that. You're... how can I put it without sounding even worse? Okay, here goes. I want to get to know you better. As friends, I mean.
I don't know where to begin.
Well, what's something you like?
I like to pray. I've been praying regularly since I was a child.
You grew up in the Empire, didn't you?
That's right. I was raised in House Bartels.
Bartels? I thought you were born to House Martreats.
It's a complicated story. I'm not sure that it's a very interesting one, but I'm happy to share it with you.
I don't mean to be nosy, if it's too personal.
Oh no, I don't mind. I wasn't trying to hide anything from you. House Martreats fell shortly before I was born.
Oh.
My father passed away while my mother was still pregnant with me, so she had nowhere to go. After I was born, my mother ended up marrying the head of House Bartels. Shortly after, my mother bore a true Bartels child who bore a crest. She and I were treated as though we were no longer useful to the family after that.
You think the Bartels were just using her to secure a crest?
They must have been. My mother and I were removed from the family and forced to flee to a church in the kingdom.
Damn.
I abandoned the Bartels' name and took up our old family name again.
So you grew up in a church. Okay, it makes more sense now why you're praying all the time.
Yes, Oh, praying! I forgot that I was on my way to pray.
Right, and I interrupted you. Well, see you around, Mercedes.
She is.
Yes, see you!
She is precious.
House Bartels wanted a crest and ruined other people's lives to get one. These idiots are all the same.
Now we're getting into the deep meaning of Sylvain's behavior. We'll save that one. Let's see. Ooh, Hilda and Mercedes.
Goodness, Hilda, you look worried. Is something the matter?
Oh, Mercedes. I was on my way to the greenhouse to water the flowers. But I have a meeting with the professor right now, so I'll have to be quick.
It must be urgent to call you at this hour of the morning. Go see what the professor needs from you. I can take care of the flowers.
Oh, are you sure? Thank you so much.
It's no problem at all. Let me take the water from you.
Thank you again. I'll see you at lunch.
Right. I'm off.
Oops, my meeting with the professor was tomorrow. Anyway, thanks, Mercedes.
Uh-huh.
Still no Mercedes. All she had to do was water a few plants. I didn't think it would take this much time. It's almost noon. Maybe I'll go see what she's up to.
And that's the last of that. Perfect.
What's taking you so long?
Oh, Hilda. Is your meeting with the professor over already?
Yes. It's almost lunchtime. What are you still doing here?
Lunchtime? I hadn't realized how late it was. After watering the flowers, I noticed that the greenhouse was in need of some tidying. I must have gotten a bit carried away. It's so pleasant working in here.
Oh, pleasant. Sure. You're such a kind person.
No, it was my pleasure. Anyway, shall we head to the dining hall?
I should have just done it myself. Waiting for her was so exhausting.
Really, Hilda?
What was that, Hilda? Come along, I'm hungry.
Coming! What should we eat?
Hilda was kind of rude in that. Ingrid.
Nightfall? Already? Suppose I'd better wrap up.
Good work with your training today, Ingrid. Here's something to wipe up the sweat.
Whoa, Mercedes. Hi. Hello. How long have you been... Thank you.
You're very welcome. I've been here since you started.
Not long. Huh. Well, my apologies for not having noticed you. I get so caught up in training, you know. But why are you here? I can't imagine it was too terribly interesting watching me.
I disagree. I just couldn't help but admire your training technique. I have to say, you are very impressive. I'm nowhere near as graceful as you.
Graceful? I wouldn't say that, but thank you. If I'm to be honest, I'm the one who admires you.
Goodness, me? How so?
You're always so put together. You hold yourself with such poise and have such a keen eye for fashion. I mean, even the handkerchief you handed me smells like... lavender, is it? It's just lovely.
That perfume is a favorite of mine. I'm so glad you like it.
Even the fact that you thought to put perfume on your handkerchief is delightfully foreign to me. I'd never have thought of that.
Mercedes isn't gonna do what Annette tried to do with Ingrid. I hope not.
I'll gladly share some with you. You're welcome to come visit my room whenever you'd like. We can have tea and chat. How does that sound?
That sounds really nice. Yes. Sipping tea and having a chat. It's unlike me, but it sounds lovely.
From now on, we'll meet up whenever we have time. We can go right now if you're free.
Oh, no need to trouble yourself and rearrange things for me.
It's no trouble at all. You'll never know if you're the type who enjoys chatting over tea if you never try.
All right then.
Well, that was more pleasant. To do in Mercedes.
Dear Goddess, please protect us.
Mercedes,
Oh, Dudu. Was there something you needed?
His Highness sent me to collect you.
I see. I'll be with you in just a moment. I'm almost finished here.
You were praying.
I was. Praying for everyone's safety, and praying for good desserts tonight, and that my next exam goes well.
Aww.
The Fodlan goddess will accept prayers of any sort.
It's true. I've thought the same thing myself. That reminds me, Dudu. Weren't you born in Dusker?
Yes.
Do the people of Dusker pray to the goddess too?
Dusker had a very different view of religion.
Oh?
In Dusker, there were many gods. The sky had a god. The earth had a god. We made offerings to the war god for victory in battle. Held feasts for the sea god to calm the waves.
So your people prayed to different gods depending on what they needed?
Correct.
Your beliefs sound so different from ours. Tell me more.
Why? Dusker is a ruin.
Dusker may be gone, but you're still here.
I like that Mercedes is still into her own religion, but wants to learn more about others. That's how I am.
Would you tell me more about it the next time we meet?
If you insist.
Really? That would be great. I'm looking forward to hearing more soon.
Dusker is gone, but I'm still here.
Yes, you are. Well, Dudu did say the Highness needed her.
My goodness. Sword training again today? Don't overdo it, all right?
I certainly won't, but thanks for your concern, Mercedes. It's more of a hobby than anything, so don't worry too much.
A hobby? How wonderful! I would probably get tired of it, but that's just me.
Thanks, Astro, for the lurk.
Didn't you say you hope to take the sword test soon?
You're right. I completely forgot that's coming up. What should I do?
To be honest, I've been a bit worried as I haven't seen you at the training ground much.
Why didn't you say something sooner if you were so worried about me?
Mercedes is everyone's mom. You love her. I don't doubt it.
It didn't occur to me that you could have forgotten. But you're right. I should have mentioned it. As an apology, why don't you let me help you with your swordsmanship?
You would do that for me? I'd really appreciate your help.
Okay, but keep in mind that since we're short on time, we may have to overdo it a little.
I don't like to overdo it, but if we must, I'll try my best.
It's settled. Let's begin. Don't tell me you've forgotten how to hold a sword. We have our work cut out for us.
I usually just hold the sword without thinking about my grip, you know? Let's see what happens now that you've shown me the proper way to handle it. I was nervous at first, but just look at me now. Yeah!
Uh-oh.
Well, I didn't realize offering to help you would mean risking my life.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened.
Yikes.
I just meant to swing the sword. I didn't think it would go flying like that. I'm impressed with how quickly you can dodge.
Yes, I know you didn't intend to murder me. though that scare likely took years off my life.
Maybe I'm not cut out for this whole sword fighting thing.
Nonsense. It's far too early to give up. The first time I picked up a sword, I was much like you. It's true that different people are better suited to different things.
Yep.
But if you keep at it and refuse to give up, you're certain to improve.
That first half was exactly what was going on in my mind. At the same time, he said it.
Do you really think so? Thank you, Dimitri. It's very kind of you to... Oh, there's a rip in your cuff, Dimitri. How do you think...
It seems I didn't dodge your sword fast enough. Don't worry, I can easily repair it.
I'm the one who tore it, so I'll be the one who mends it. How does that sound?
No, please don't worry yourself over it. Just focus on your exam.
Spoon, run. Alright, imagine a sword flying at you. Well, technically, if it's not thrown at you, like forcefully, whereas she was just clumsy, it would be fairly easy to deflect because the chances of you hitting its blades are probably like 40-60. I have another one. Oh, that's right. Mercedes and Annette. I want to save that one for later. The Dew and Ingrid. Alrighty then.
Are you injured?
No.
Good.
For some reason, I remember this.
I'd have cut my way through, alone, without your assistance.
My apologies.
Oh,
Your apologies are empty.
I think I know what this is.
I spoke out of turn. I'm sorry, Dedu. His Highness has put his faith in you. You're a valuable comrade, no matter my feelings. The people of Dusker...
Save your breath. There were countless people like you in the capital. People who spat, threw things, insults and stones alike, whenever they pleased. Their anger was natural. I do not begrudge them.
I see.
You owe me no apology, and I will keep my distance on all other occasions. But on the field of battle, allow me to aid you. If you were to fall, His Highness would grieve.
I see. Then I will accept your help on the battlefield.
Understood.
I see nothing wrong with that. There are reasons for why they feel that way for each other. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's see. More to do. To do in Dimitri. Spoon, maybe Mercedes should throw swords instead of just swinging a sword. Maybe. Okay, another Ingrid one. Well, let's see. I know I have a B support with her, but I'll save that for last. Yeah, sure. Let's watch it.
Thank you for sparring with me, Your Highness. It seems despite how hard I've worked, I'm still no match for you.
Oh, there's no need for such humility. Thanks to all of your hard work, you're improving rapidly.
If you're going to praise me, it should at least be after I've won a match against you.
You know, Ingrid, I may be the victor when we cross spears on foot like this. But on horseback, your handling of a lance is far superior. Can't I be allowed to have my own area of expertise?
No, I cannot allow that. It's my duty to get stronger, to fight with all I have in defense of the kingdom and its people.
So Ingrid is the Ferdinand of Blue Lions. She wants to rival Dimitri.
Such high stakes. By the way, where did you learn that fierce jab of yours? I'm pretty sure the only other person I've seen perform that move is Glenn.
So you recognized it. Yes, he shared much with me.
I thought as much. I never imagined I would be on the receiving end of one of his techniques again. Glenn and I once studied under the same instructor. I've sparred with him more times than I can count.
Ah, yes. He was never short on praise for you. Lord Dimitri is incredible. Such skill. There's no way I'll ever outmatch him. Things of that sort.
Well now, he never said any of that to me.
Well, he was Felix's brother. That family's not big on displays of affection.
True.
That is true. We spent about as much time arguing as we did training. I can't believe it's been 4 years since the tragedy of Dusker. Since we lost Glenn, along with so many others.
So it has. Time moves quickly. Things have changed so much. Despite the sorrow, I intend to become a powerful knight. A knight like yourself. And like Glenn. I will do so for the sake of my homeland, the holy kingdom of Fargus, and for all who have died protecting it. To that end, I hope you will spar with me again in the future, Your Highness.
It would be my pleasure. After all, I value our training sessions as much as you do.
Alright. Let's see Hilda and Caspar now. Oof.
That doesn't feel good at all. Ugh, why did he have to punch me so hard?
Ooh.
Hey, Caspar, something the matter?
Oh, hi, Hilda. Yeah, I just got in a little fight. No big deal. Definitely won.
Your face is all swollen. That looks painful. Come on, let's get you to the infirmary.
No, that's really too much. Like I said, I'm fine.
Don't argue, just come along. You look ghoulish.
Huh? Maybe it's worse than I thought. Oh, whatever. It can't hurt to have it looked at.
There, that should do it. You'll be all right now.
Great. Thanks, Hilda. I had no idea you were so good at this.
I always tended to my big brother's wounds, so I have lots of experience. I'm curious, though. Why are you always getting into fights? You really got hurt. Surely it would have been better not to bother.
It's not like I go looking for fights, and I'm not always the one who starts them. There are just a lot of guys in this world who won't listen to reason. Somebody's got to beat some sense into them.
So that's why you're always picking fights. Why not ignore them, or ask someone else for help?
Maybe that's how you'd handle it, but I can't just look the other way.
How very gallant. But maybe you should try showing a little restraint.
You really think that?
Yes, I do. I don't think you can solve all your problems by throwing a few punches. The world's a big place. At this moment, all over Fodlan, countless people are in some kind of trouble. But they'll figure things out one way or another, even without you there. Try to hold back and see what happens. Maybe you'll be surprised. Besides, if you're always picking fights, you might get so badly injured that you can't protect me.
Now that's a good point right there. I guess I could give this whole restraint thing a shot.
Oh god. Really, Hilda? Okay, let's finally see this one.
That was quite a sigh. What's wrong, Ingrid?
Tell me, Sylvain, what am I to you?
You're my friend. One of my oldest, in fact.
An old friend, is it? Then why must I clean up the casualties left behind by your skirt chasing?
Nobody asked you to do that. Heck, I thought you enjoyed it. Besides, you're real good at it. I'm excited to continue working with you.
Do you mean to imply you have no intention of acting a bit more respectably?
Please don't yell like that. Everybody's staring at us.
When you were 8, you came on to my sweet, sweet granny. My granny!
Come on. I was 8 and she was That was a long time ago.
Sylvain hit on Ingrid's grandmother? Wow.
People can hear you. Please be quiet.
When you were 10, we went to that harvest festival, and you started making eyes at a scarecrow.
A scarecrow?
Wait a second. That was just an accident. A tragic, tragic accident.
When you were 15, you sought, relentlessly might I add, to involve yourself with Lord Gwendol's daughter. Who do you suppose made peace with the furious Lord despite having nothing to do with it? Me. Me, always for you. Every time.
What a jerk.
You know what? This conversation is over. I'm done.
My point is that this has to end. Not later, but now.
Fine. I promise I'll try to change. Are you happy now?
Oh my gosh. That was like my conversation with my coworker that doesn't want to change. I was gonna look at something, but I can't remember what. Just gonna look at Sylvain for some reason. I can't remember why. Oh, how old they are. He's 20. Spoon, I don't blame you. Have a good night. Oh boy. Okay, now it's time for Mercedes and Annette.
That shopping trip took longer than expected, didn't it, Mercy?
It truly did. You bought just about everything in the place.
You're so good at deciding the best thing to buy. I sort of wanted it all. I mean, not that I was excessive. I think you bought just about as much as I did.
Oh, really? The number of bags you're carrying says otherwise.
What? That's... Oh, fine. You got me.
I sure will, Spoon. Have a good day at school tomorrow. Have fun with your art project. Post a picture of your sword when you're done with it in Discord. You know where.
I was just having too much fun. I love shopping with you, Mercy.
It was fun. It's nice going into town without having to run errands for once.
Isn't it? And I'm pretty confident the professor will forgive our little detour. This actually reminds me of going to school in Ferdiad.
Me too. It almost feels like that time in our lives was a story from long ago.
So much has changed since then. Oh, but there's at least one thing that hasn't changed.
Me and you, right? We're the same old friends we always were.
That's just what I was about to say.
I've known you so long I can always guess.
Mercy, we'll stay friends like this forever, won't we?
Is something wrong? You sound worried.
Since our time in the capital, so much has happened. We've had to make new lives for ourselves, and we've seen at least as many hard times as good. If things keep changing like this, I wonder if we'll be able to stay the same people we are now.
I wonder that too. I don't think everything in the future will be perfect, but it's us. So I'm sure
we'll figure it out together, right?
How did you know what I was going to say?
Oh, Mercy, I can always guess what you're gonna say.
Oh, it's getting late. We better hurry back before the professor gets angry.
Interesting.
You're right. Run, Mercy!
What? Wait for me, Annie. You know I'm not as fast as you.
Run!
I kind of want those two to have a paired ending. We'll see. Already thinking about that. We'll see. Now Dedu and Dimitri. Only 2 more to go.
Your Highness, the hour is late. May I ask where it is you're going?
I'm off to the library for a bit of research before I train. After that, a bath and bed.
Very well. I shall accompany you.
No. There's no need for that. I am a grown man, after all.
You sustained an injury during yesterday's training. My presence may be of use to you.
It was a mere bruise that will heal in no time. No need to fret over me, Dedu.
Are you dissatisfied with me, Your Highness? Please do not hesitate to correct me.
And there it is again.
Yes? What is it?
Well, you often choose to address me as Your Highness. When we first met, you used to call me by my name.
That was because I was unfamiliar with Fodlan's speech. Thinking back, such rude manners were inexcusable.
To be honest, I much preferred it. I feel more comfortable being addressed by my name, rather than with the honorifics that go along with being a prince.
But
I did not teach you to read and write so that you know how to address me properly. And I brought you to the academy as my friend, not a vassal.
But Your Highness, a vassal is precisely what I am.
So much has happened since we met, yet we cannot seem to bridge this gap. So be it. I give you leave to return to your quarters. Take an early night and reflect on what I've said. Please.
I couldn't possibly. I said I would accompany you, did I not?
True, but I would much prefer that we take steps to ease this mindset of yours.
Interesting. Can't say I blame him. And finally.
Ugh. Will Father never learn?
An-
All of these useless letters are only creating more rubbish in the world.
Another proposal.
Professor? Oh, I didn't see you standing there. My apologies. Oh, that paper. Well, Yes, it was. It was a letter from my father. I understand where you're coming from here, but I have no need of such things. It isn't like anything of importance was written on it. Curious? I suppose there's no harm in allowing you to read it. Go on then.
My dearest daughter, Ingrid. Are you well? I trust that you are behaving yourself and refraining from causing trouble for others. Things on the home front are in order. A marriage proposal for you and the Viscount's son should be prepared soon.
We really get a new voice actor for this alone. That's neat.
Although, I am quite certain there are many superior candidates at Garreg-Mach Monastery. As you know, the very survival of our family is dependent upon whom you marry. You are the only one left in the family who can make things right. We are all counting on you. Do not lose sight of what truly matters.
I don't like that.
Yes. Perhaps you found it somewhat entertaining.
Nope.
I've told you that we've never been very well off financially. My noble family, House Galatea, branched off from House Daphne in the Alliance. Shortly after, we were lucky enough to receive the support of the royal family, allowing us to attain nobility, to some extent.
So she's from the Alliance. It's interesting how they all intersect like that.
But the territory we watch over is poor, its harvest meager, and our noble blood too has grown thin. Neither my father nor my brothers bear a crest. I, however, do bear a crest. Because of this, my father sees me as our family's one hope for the future.
I was gonna say, I thought she did have a crest. Got it.
A crest is highly prized among nobles. Were I to marry into a greater noble family, that financial support could soothe our woes. Thank you, Professor. Your sentiment alone is a great comfort to me. Despite my own feelings, I understand his approach to all this. It isn't that he doesn't care for me. I understand it very, very well, which is why I apologize, Professor. I must be going.
Of course. They save it for the A support for what she was about to say. Now we can eat. Just gonna get our motivation up, rather. Could get some new dialogue, though. I'm gonna... What is it called? Fast travel and then come back just in case that changes anything for it.
I'm so flattered!
6-month anniversary had to wait till after the support.
Thank you, Alpha. I wasn't sure if you could resub today or tomorrow, but I appreciate it, and I appreciate you waiting as well. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you just get...
I appreciate any good meal, but nothing beats enjoying my favorite food.
Dang, I thought those two, of all people, would have a little talk between each other. No problem, no problem. Well, Dimitri... How about Dimitri and Dedu?
Remember this, Professor. That look on Dedu's face means he thinks the food is pretty tasty.
I love it. That's great. Who else do we have? The unique dialogue is weird in Blue Lions. Really? I like that one though. Let's see, Felix and Mercedes. If I have any between those two. 2 fish sauté. You've seen that Ash and Felix has unique dialogue, but you're not sure how people activate it. Okay. Let me see if I can get it. Do they not have something in common? Oh, right there. I would need a loach. I'm gonna go fish. What kind of fish is that? I hate that I have to talk to this person just to fish. I think it's a blue big fish. Caledonian gar. Okay. Maybe it's a redfish. it's a pike, I want a loach. The only you've seen 100% was their group activities special dialogue. Like singing together? Or is it the chores? Or teaching? Like the stables and weeds and stuff, gotcha. I don't think we're gonna get it. Oh well. Good try. Also, like the 6-month badge. Too bad you can't keep it forever. Why, you like the 6-month one more than the others? Plus, I'm working with Flamescar to get my 9th badge made as well. You like the color scheme? Fair enough. It's supposed to be a heartless Ninetales. Because we go from normal Ninetales for the first month, Alolan Ninetales for the second month, heartless Ninetales. 9th month is going to be a surprise, and then 1 year is supposed to be a nobody Ninetales, which is just a Digimon called Cubimon. You can't see the past months. Right. Let's see. How do I do that? Only 6 months and 1 year? See, I'm sure I have a screenshot I can show you. Just gotta find it. Hopefully this works. Yes, that does work. That shows all of my loyalty badges. Sent it to you on Discord. Only 6 months and 1 year. Chat pause due to scroll. Oh, that's not what you said. That's what the chat said. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I read that. Oh, didn't get the touch to us loach or whatever it's called. Oh well. The badges are very nice, though, at least. Thank you. Guess I could do it like this.
That looks appetizing.
Nope.
Somehow, everything tastes better with company.
That's a nice way of saying, this is okay. Whoops, wrong thing. So I have 3 more. I guess Mercedes and Annette. Twitch makes them so small though. Yeah. That's one unfortunate thing about it.
Today's dish was so good. Oh, but not as good as your homemade sweets, Mercy.
You're too kind. Maybe I'll bake some for you next time, Professor.
I think I've seen that one before. And let's do this. Eat, yes, Bernie, so I can get support up with her.
Sounds fun! Let me show you my cooking talent. A little more secret spice, and... Hey! No peeking!
I still need to go to the garden though. Okey-doke. Time to move on to the mission. Whose birthday? Claude, sure, give flowers. I do have some level 10 certifications for intermediate, but I'm gonna master my beginner classes first. I've already did the inventory before I streamed, so let's do this. All those supports and almost took 2 hours.
The goddess's rite of rebirth is finally here. Let's move ahead with our plan.
Leave it to me. Professor, are you in as well?
Nah, I'm hungry. I kinda wanna say that, but it might piss someone off. I'm doing it.
Oh. Well, I'll be sure to whip you up some tasty treats when this is all over.
We're counting on you, Professor.
You seem a mite too relaxed for my liking.
Okay.
The goddess's rite of rebirth is about to begin.
Whatever works.
While we are in the goddess tower, we are relying on you to secure the locations that are lacking in defense.
I've been doing supports this whole time. Yeah, besides exploring for the first half of my points, and then supports, and then the eating. I had a lot of supports to get through.
May I let you in on something, Professor? My brother can be a bit callous. He told me that he was concerned about you, and hinted that perhaps you would be better off patrolling a coffin.
That was said in jest, Flane, and in confidence. Please just remain by my side and do not cause any more trouble.
And this is the chapter you're stuck on in Maddening? Oh my. I wonder how you're even getting through that.
As a professor, you would do well to remember that it is your duty to guide your students down the path of righteousness.
Please excuse us, everyone. We shall see you again after the ceremony has concluded.
It's time.
All right. Let's stick to the plan and go hide where we can watch over the entrance to the Holy Mausoleum. If anyone suspicious enters, we'll follow them in and take them down. Got it?
You're fine until Felix died to a mage reinforcement. Can't have him die. He's your second tank. You can't grind either, you don't think? Oof. Really? I just need to work out the map, and that's about it. Then we'll be going straight in. Oh, of course, the Death Knight is here. Forgot about him. Actually, besides maybe this, we're good to go. The Death Knight also has a huge move range, so if you step in it, he starts to attack. You literally won't be able to kill him, so you have to avoid him. He moves unmaddening. That's scary.
It is as we suspected. The enemy is within.
Those Central Church dastards have spotted us. Buy me some time while I open the seal on the casket.
I'm on it.